Good morning, everybody. I'm Vincent Meza. This is Listings to Leads. And today, it's Monday, we're going to be talking about top ways to get more listings. So in case you don't know, there's a lot of automation in your listing platform, meaning when you get listings automatically swept in, all kinds of great tools. We definitely can get you on social media automatically. We give you tools for print. We give you tools for your CRM to blast out. And one thing that you should know, let me just turn this. I got things popping up over here. One thing you should know is a lot of our clients have said over the years that when they market a listing with our platform, they will get one or two more listings. So the point of this class is obviously to talk about all the ways to get more listings, but we really want to make sure that you are at least marketing your listings, and you'll see the tools as we get in there of what's going on. So before we dive into the system, I want to, John over there is doing his free trial, South Florida. Cool. I want to tell it, I get a report here and hopefully I can open it up. So let's just start with the basics. The basics of getting a listing is you're going to need probably a home valuation landing page. And right here, I can see that I get this report every week, and I can see that these people here have generated 48 seller leads from this landing page. Now, I'm not going to fill it out, but I will. I'll show it to you in a minute. I'm just showing you what other agents are doing, right? And the kinds of lead gen they're getting. Claudia here has 27 leads. Let's go look at hers. And she's over in Woodbridge, Virginia, right? She's got a picture of, looks like kind of a mall, one of those kind of, what do you call it? Kind of outlet malls. That's what that looks like. If you know the area, that's an important thing. You want to have a background picture that kind of looks like the area. So it makes me think, yeah, my area. Here's one for Calgary up in Canada. And this person has generated 23 leads in the case of, and I think Austin, I think we're going to talk about him in a minute, in the case of 30 days. And then 14 leads here for this person. And this is our default landing page. This is what all of you get one of these automatically. Okay. So I just wanted to show you what's happening, what our clients are doing. They're taking these landing pages, they're customizing them to fit their market. And then they go out and they start using it to generate leads. So I'm going to still slow down. I know we want to get in there and look at what we're looking at. What I want to make sure you're all aware is that we have a mastermind group. We have a great support team. We have our own YouTube channel. This call is being recorded and it'll be on that YouTube channel. And I'll send that to everybody right now. I'll send the YouTube channel. The mastermind group, you can't find the mastermind group. It's in Facebook, but you can't find it unless you are in it. And the only people who can be in it are our clients. And so, but I am going to talk about some because I go in there and I scan it. And I think everybody, if you're a client, you should scan this mastermind group 5-10 minutes a week. Right now, inside the GoToMeeting chat panel, you should see something blinking. And that is a YouTube link to this page that we're looking at right here. And I want to speak to everybody about this because I know everybody's busy. We've been doing this for 14 years. I know realtors do not like to watch hour-long videos, right? I get it. However, if you want more listings in your business, you want to know how to use our platform, okay? And so I do a few calls. I do buyer and seller for Facebook, and you actually want to watch that Facebook and Google class because I go real deep into how the cost per lead and how you're going to get leads from both Facebook and Google. And I always break it out. And this is how you get buyers and this is how you get sellers. 2 weeks ago, I did top tools for more listings and I talk about PDF guides in detail. So you see the title of the class is up top. And then my focus of the day is in the text underneath. If you want more listings in your business, I honestly recommend that you check out the top tools for more listings, a few versions of that, because I don't say the same things all the time. Anyway, everybody has a link to this, and you should definitely be looking at this and really understanding how to unlock our platform, because I don't think there's another company out in real estate advertising who can generate the volume of leads at the cost, at this low cost. And frankly, you have a lot of ways of capturing leads, right? You have print for your geo farms. If you have a CRM, you can blast out things in your CRM. And if you have access to social media, you can do that. Now, I want to point something out here, which is directly related to what we're talking about. This is our mastermind group. It's where Scott and I talk about what's going on in what's going on technology wise, what we're pushing. But somebody here, and actually a longtime client who keeps leaving and coming back, Alicia Pless, she's got some stuff here. And I want to read through this for you so that you understand, because they bring up two mistakes. Now, Alicia's, gosh, she's known our company for probably 8 years. She has her own office, and she's tried to have her office on, and she can't get her agents to pay attention, and you can imagine that. But anyway, she comes and goes, but here's what she says, and I want to read it to you. It says, I'm running a home value ad with how many homes sold in February. I received a couple of leads. However, no addresses attached to them, just phone numbers and email addresses. Are you guys seeing this happen? So why is she getting just phone numbers and emails, right? And Scott says, hey, she talked to support and whatever. But then Amon down here below says, hey, I got 35 leads and 34 were useless who provided only an address on the first page. There needs to be changes to the landing pages, which will capture more information. You can actually capture, you can make that change. But I will tell you this, we'll go look at in just a second here, what is going on. Like let's see. Yeah. So he's saying, yeah. So you can customize a page to force people to write, right? To force people to put stuff in. I don't recommend it, but let's go look at it. And let's tackle the problems that people are having right now. We're going to do that first because it honestly makes a ton of sense that you understand how things work, right? Like what's going on. I so many clients, so many agents like you will sign up and just jump right in there and go run landing page ads and just expect awesome things to happen. And I totally understand that. What they don't understand is what is actually going on, like how the actual page works, how social media works, how Google works, how Facebook works, what it's doing when you're pressing buttons. And it's really good that you're on this call because you're going to learn all of those answers today. Okay. And let's just go over to the landing page area. Okay. And I'm going to say, let's just make a landing page. When you get a landing page, let's see here. I got them up here. You see this landing page? What is your home worth? That's sitting in everybody's account. It's called free home values right here. Now, Scott went and customized it. He put a picture in there and it's nice. So I don't want to mess with it. And you can customize yours. But when you get it, it looks like this. And if this doesn't look like your area, I would definitely change the picture just like Scott did. Okay. But what you should all be doing is clicking create landing page and then creating a property valuation plus page for your favorite town. What's my favorite town going to be? I'm going to do Elko, Nevada, right? You just type in the name of the city. You can do this for a neighborhood as well. Now, I don't know if you guys know where Elko is. I've driven around the country way too many times. And Elko is this little town on Highway 80 in the middle of nowhere. And anyway, this doesn't matter. I'm just showing you, this is how you create a landing page. When you get this kind of generic page, make sure you customize this, okay? And here's the reason why. What you're going to be doing is you're going to be sending people to this page who don't know who you are, and you're going to ask them for their address and their email address, okay? Hey, what? Leslie, you're from Elko? That's awesome. Okay. So anyway, you want to click this button here that says upload. That's the first thing we do. And let's see, I think we have some media here. I'm just going to snap in a picture. And this is not stock. This is not Elko, Nevada. I don't even have that. And actually, I don't like any of these. Let's just choose this one. Sometimes clients will get like a Google map of the area and they'll put it there. But whatever you do, definitely put a picture there. I'm going to save this. And then we're going to look at it. We're going to explain what in the world, like how does this actually work? Okay. Because it just blows me away that people just go in, they go running out on this super generic thing, and it doesn't look anything like their area. And they just do it and they don't get results and they don't know what in the world's going on. So let's unwrap this thing and figure out what is going on. So we've saved it. If I click view, I can look at the page and we got a picture in the back. Right? I'll tell you something, just a pro tip. A picture of the most popular restaurant in your area can work wonders, because what you're trying to do is establish trust right away. Now, here's how the page works. And then I'm going to show you, and I'm going to say, get value. Now, if you get this page in front of people, they want their home value. They're going to type in their address. Okay. That's easy. And when they do that, we give them a little picture on the map, that little red dot over there. That's the house. He says, hey, we got your information. What's your contact information? And if I give you my contact information, tell you why, I can see the report. But let's stop right there before I click that. And let's go back here and say, hey, I got 35 leads. 34 are useless because I only got the address. Why is that? Because 34 people landed on this page. And when we asked them for the contact information, they said, nope, I'd rather not give you my email address, right? That's just human nature, okay? Who wants to give you their address and contact information? Pretty much no one, right? Pretty much no one right there. That's what it's telling you. But Alicia up here is saying, hey, I got leads with name, email, and phone number, but no address. So we'll tackle that part later. Okay, we're gonna finish this part first. Now, what this part is, 90%, 75, 90% of people would rather leave than give you just a bogus email, right? But if they give you an email, they tell you why, and they click yes. We're using a company called Onboard Informametrics, who will get you a low, medium, and high range. We'll drop on it in just a second here, right? And you'll see that if it's priced too low, these blue bold things here, they're going to match your branding, right? Your reviews are swept in, and you can get expert advice, right? All of these things scheduled, those are call to actions where they can schedule an appointment with you. If they don't like this number, great. They can only see this number if they give you their email address, okay? You don't get their phone number. Now, I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to show you that I can customize this. And the guy over here is saying, I got 34 useless leads. And he goes, there needs to be changes. Yeah, there needs to be changes. This guy clearly doesn't have the patience or something to just click. Yeah, he doesn't take any classes here, right? So form fields, right? What does that mean? These form fields, you can see that phone number is hidden, right? What if we turn it on and we make it optional? That's what's going to be there. And that's the second page. Here's the thing though. You can do this. You can even require this page. You can require that field. Okay. The phone number. But when you ask somebody on an online form for their address, email address, and phone number, and you require it, expect about 0 leads. 0. They're just leaving, right? Nobody wants to give that up. I'm pretty sure you're faced with online forms all the time. Are you giving your information all over the internet? Probably not. That's what's going on here. Okay. I do want to point out that if you go to the landing page section, and it's probably an important time to talk about this. Let's see, where do we hide that? Let's go back to add-in tools. We have a place where you can sign up for an integration with Cole Resource. And it's not here. I don't know where it is. Ask our support team, please. What Cole Resource is, and I'll try to get it put up front. We just keep adding things. Cole Resource is an online database of homeowners. And when you capture an address through a landing page, let's go over here and see. I'm in my profile. It's called the partial to full lead converter. Okay. It's $30 a month, and it's worthwhile talking about this right now. When you capture an address page, like page 1, it's going to immediately drive into that database and deliver to you the contact information for the homeowner, even if they walked away. Okay. And that can be very useful, but that's how a landing page on its own works. Okay. Now that it's first asking for the address, and then it's going to ask for an email. And if you even require a phone number, it's just going to just destroy your lead gen. If you just use the default settings and you're asking for the email, most people don't want to give it to you. And we know that. We've known that for years, but Amon, he's just going forward anyway, right? That's cool. Okay. So how did that happen? He ran an ad. How come he only has addresses? So let's get into the how-to of Facebook. Okay. Now Facebook is, I'm doing this because I see these questions, and clearly if our clients in the mastermind group are asking these questions, some of you don't know this as well. So that's why we have to get into it. I want to point out that Facebook is very effective at getting listing leads. I think to get high quality listing leads, you got to really do some extra work, because the default settings on Facebook are not going to help you. These guys, what they're doing, they're just going out there because they think this is what they got to do. This is what they are doing. They're creating a Facebook ad, and they're creating a landing page ad, and they are creating a property valuation plus. And I got my Elko one. So let's do it. Now here's the problem. Here's problem number 1. Our default setting is lead ads. Okay. You may not know what that means. That means that the lead comes pre-populated from the profile with the name, email, and phone number. Okay. So but then there's traffic. Okay. And I can tell you, Amon here is using a traffic. He's driving traffic, meaning when you see the ad and you click on it, that click takes the traffic to the landing page. And now you know that the landing page is really only effective at capturing an address, just like Amon is telling us. I don't have any contact information, right? How do I change that? You change it. The simplest way is to do lead ads, but then you get over to Alicia, who's, hey, I got this name and email and phone number, but no address. Guys, I don't know. Clearly, Facebook has been sued heavily by HUD. You guys know HUD? They sued them, and they don't allow targeting, and they don't allow you to just get all the information. And that's why when you use lead ads, and that's what we're going to do right now, it's only going to get their name, phone number, and email. Okay, so let's click and let's look. Right here, it looks just like that. Okay, it's the background picture that we put in. Now, a lot of people, and I'm going to guess that both of those people did exactly what I'm going to show you right now. They just type in the name of the town that matches up. Now in Elko, Nevada, and I know Leslie knows this, it's out in the middle of nowhere, so a 15-mile radius can work out just fine. But we're going to come back to this, because in a lot of more dense areas where there are multiple towns, that 15-mile radius could it could make this a very ineffective ad. But in Elko, you drive 15 miles out, there's nothing. It's all Elko. So you're targeting, you're going to be just fine. Okay. It's a $50 ad. We've used lead ads. So if somebody sees this and they click on it, a little window is going to pop up and said, hey, would you like that information? And it says yes. And their name, phone number, and email is already there. They're not typing it in. That is the big deal here. Because when you ask somebody to type it in, they're like, no way. But when they see it on Facebook and they're comfortable with Facebook and there's their information, they're just like, yeah, you got it. And so you got to ask yourself, and this is a perfect post. This came in 4 hours ago. If you're going to convert leads, what do you think is going to convert faster? An address or a name, email, and phone number? Let me answer this for you. I think the name, email, and phone number, because you know why? You can text them and say, hey, I see you want your home value. Can I get your address? Let me get that together for you. That easy. That's like the very beginning, right? They filled it out. If you have the address only and no contact information, how are you going to convert that? You could go knock on their door. You could go print things and drop them off every week for weeks and months, right? But they didn't really give you anything. But that's literally the two avenues that these two people are going on. Meta is saying, can you do a landing page based on a county? You sure can. The better question is, will it work? Probably not. Okay. It probably won't work because let me show you. Let me show you where I live. Okay. Actually, since you're asking that question, let me do one more ad on a home value, and I'm going to do it on a little town right here by me called Orinda. Okay. So I've got Orinda, and I already built this page before, so we don't have to waste our time doing that. I'm going to type in the zip code. If you type in the zip code here on a home valuation landing page and you leave it on lead ads, so we get name, email, and phone number, let's see what happens when we type in the zip code. We reach into a database and we give you the home sold in the previous month and the highest value. And we say that affects your home value. Now, this Orinda, you can see it's got this old-timey theater. That theater's been there nearly 100 years. If you live in Orinda, small town, 22,000 people, you certainly know that theater. And so here's where we're going. Mita, I'm sure it's a long answer to your question. If I type in Orinda, you would think I'm going to hit that. But no, you're going to hit 15-mile radius around Orinda. So let's go see what that looks like. And this is the long answer, Mita. Just hang tight. Orinda it's a small kind of bedroom community. It's about 20 miles outside of San Francisco. And there's a bar. It's really easy to get to. It's very peaceful. And you certainly want to get listings in that town, right? There's a little white area here that I'm moving my mouse in. That is Orinda. Okay. And let me show you what we're looking at here in this map. Quite a 15-mile radius, but you can see all these areas, all of these cities are going to see my ad. Okay. In Orinda, right? And that's a problem because you're not actually targeting that. So your ads don't work very well if you're using default settings because Facebook has had their getting stripped away by HUD. Over here, now what we're looking at this right here, this is about a 15-mile radius. So all these places are going. And to Mita's question about counties, the price in home swings here from 250 in this area up here to about 20 million in this area here. And there's this kind of a spectrum of prices, right? And I don't really care that you know my county, Contra Costa County, because I own a home right here and I want top dollar for my area, right? So you have to be an expert in the area. And if you want somebody's home value who wants to sell their home, believe me, nobody cares over here in Blackhawk and Danville and Alamo that you know anything about Contra Costa County, because these homes, they start at 4 million. And if you don't know these areas by the back of your hand, they don't even need to talk to you. And similar, everybody over here. And even if I own a home for 400 grand over here, I want to know that you know my area. So yes, you can create a county landing page. Will it work? I don't think so, but you are welcome to try it. You now know how to create it, right? So let's get into the other problem right here. And this is super important. So if you're here to get listings, what I'm going to tell you, usually people don't pay attention to. I would say 1 out of 20 agents will do what I'm about to tell you. You can buy a list of the homeowners with 5 years, 6 years equity from companies like Remine, listsource.com, and I think RedX. And if you talk to your title partners, a lot of them have a platform where they can download that. Then you come over here into our ads page, and you can do this directly in Facebook yourself. You don't even need to be our client to do this, but we're going to create a custom audience. That way I don't have to target a 15-mile radius of anything. I target homeowners that have more than 5 years equity because I bought that list from somebody, right? And right here, I have a blue button that says create audience. So please follow along. Call it Arenda Homeowners. It has to be 1,000 leads long, okay? 1,000 names long. If you got a development with 650 names in it, get some more names and make that. You'll be overshooting a little bit, but you'll be doing a lot better than a 15-mile radius, right? Now, very important, when you buy that list from whoever you buy it, I guarantee there's going to be minimum 20 columns of data. And right here, we're showing you the format. It actually says use this format. What does that mean? It means that spreadsheet needs to look just like this, and no other data has to be in there. If you have other data in there, it won't work. And so you want to make sure that you're using just those 4 headings and that data. And then when you upload it and you import it, it will live in your private Facebook account. It won't live on Listings to Leads. If you decide to stop working with us, you can still use that. You can still target throughout time. If you're going to be in real estate and you feel like you need to have listings in your business, you want to do this, what I'm showing you right here. And you want to do this for every town, right? Like where I am, we go back here, Lafayette, that would be a farm market for me. Concord, over here, maybe Alamo, right? Danville, like you have certain farm markets, you get those lists for all those people. And that way, when you're running ads, and let's just go do it here. And I'm going to do an ad for Arenda again, right here. I'm going to type in the zip code. And I'm leaving lead ads because I'm going to get name, email, and phone number. And instead of typing in Arenda up here, I'm going to check this box that says retarget current leads, and I'm going to type in Arenda Homeowners. Now, I don't have one, but I do have other custom audiences. So when your homeowner list looks like that blue block right there, that means if those people are on Facebook during this 1 week period, this ad will show in front of them. And since you bought that list or you got it from somewhere and you know they are homeowners and only homeowners in Arenda, now your ad is incredibly powerful. Okay. That is like key. And that makes Facebook really dang awesome because a lot of people are on Facebook, but now you're targeting the way you want to target. You've got to use a custom audience. Here's a couple of other ways, and you don't need to go through all the machinations I'm just showing you. You could make sure that you run your ads on homes that are sold. Okay. Now it doesn't leave it on lead ads because we want name, email, and phone number. You could use custom audience, right? But I don't think you have to go that far. But let's just say Lafayette is like the town that I want 90% of my business. I might always use a custom audience for Lafayette. But you know what? This as it is can work just fine. I won't use the return. I'm just going to target a 15-mile radius, and it's going to be pulling the town where it is. Just so you know, these leads cost $7 each. Okay. They might go up because I heard that NAR has a settlement and realtors are going to soon realize if they don't have their own listings, they could be in a harder kind of business. And if you realize that, and a lot of other realtors realize that, you're going to have more competition and the cost per lead can go up on both Facebook and on Google. But right here, we're talking about Facebook. And in the past, prior to last Friday, these leads on average were $7 each. So if you're spending $50, you're going to get about 7 leads, $49. Okay. So that's running a sold ad. What happens if you run an ad on a property that is pending or under contract? Most of you never, ever think of that. You never do that, right? But let me tell you why you should absolutely be thinking this. I'm not even reading the text. The text is designed to get you the seller leads. But when you run an ad on a home that is pending, these leads I've seen cost $2.40 each. So remember how the sold ad, the leads were $7? On average, pending and on contract leads cost $2.50. That means you would get 20 leads for the same $50 instead of 7, right? So I definitely recommend that you are trying this, that you're testing this out. You might want to customize this a little bit to make sure people are going to respond, but Might say, hey, we got into contract in a couple of days, a couple of weeks, to get people to really slow down and say why they need to get that. So when it comes to Facebook, to get listings, running ads on pending, that's $2.50. Running a listing ad on a sold property, that costs $7 each. Running an ad on a landing page for home values, like we did for Orinda and Elko, Nevada, those leads cost $15 each. Now, you may not know this, but we can also run PDF guide ads, and you each have 80 PDF guides, but 40 of them are for homeowners, for sellers, right? You are branded on every page, your logo, your number on every page. They're all like 5 or 6 pages long. And you could say, hey, I want to do 5 dangers of overpricing. Maybe that's relevant in my market, but there's all kinds, right? And you click create ad, lead ad. So we get name, email, and phone number, and location. So we don't have to worry again so much. I'm going to just type in Orinda since we did that. But now it's over spring, right? It's reaching other areas. But like Orinda's here, I'd be happy to sell a home in Moraga or Alamo or whatever, right? So that ad's going to show all over the place. That's the point of that. But it's the answer, or this is not Orinda specific. It's not city specific, right? So you can just go ahead and launch it like that. If you really wanted to target your area, your number one area, you could take that off and you could retarget it down here. But I don't really think it's necessary. When you're running a PDF guide ad, and as I mentioned, there's 40 of them. These leads cost $10 each, right? So on average, that means if you're running a $50 ad, you can expect 5 leads. Okay, that's Facebook. These are the things you can do with Facebook. If you're going to run home value ads to pages that look like these, I recommend you get some custom audiences for all of your farm markets. Okay, let's talk about Google while we're here. You can actually, now the Google software is an upcharge. It's $30 a month. You're going to need this. You're going to need this because Google is the number 1 website in the country. Now, Facebook is the number 3 website in the country. Okay. Number 3. And what's cool about Facebook, cool may not be the right word, but American adults spend about 40 minutes every day just scrolling through this page, scrolling through Facebook. So that's why if you lob out there that you got an open house or there's paying, here's an ad for a LED light company, right? Your ad shows up right here. And if it's relevant, maybe you're offering your home value, or maybe you've got a PDF guide. It's going to be right there. All right. And so if people are spending 40 minutes a day, they're driving their car, looking at their phone, at Facebook, they're in a meeting, just like you. Some of you are probably looking at Facebook right now. This is just the power of Facebook. But the number 1 website in the country is Google. And when people type in words that are relevant to real estate, you're running an ad to those keywords, you're going to show up right here on the left, like you can see Maple Home Buyers and John buys Bay Area houses, right? These keywords that are typed in the search box in my position, my zip code is what they're targeting on. So how do you do that? How do you compete on the number 1 website in the country? Here's a good way right here. Say, hey, landing page, and let's do Orinda, or let's do Elko, and create that. So Elko, Nevada, right? And so what it's doing is there is my Elko landing page. You can click here if you want to go look at the landing page just to confirm where we're going, but we know what we're doing, right? So Elko, Nevada city, and you just click publish, and that's all you got to do. Okay. Now let's click advanced options just so we understand what in the world's going on. You see these keywords? We have resources where we can scour the top keywords every quarter of the year. And we put in the new keywords, what people are searching on. So you don't actually need to use our software for $30 a month. You could actually go do it yourself, but you would need to know all the keywords. And you see these little blue headlines up here? These are headlines. You need to run multiple headlines. You have to write multiple headlines, And you need to know what to write there because Google is going to rotate those throughout the life of your ad until it lands on the best one that people are clicking on. This gray area here, that is called the description. You have to write multiple descriptions. As you see, we've automatically written 3 for you, right? No matter what landing page or PDF guide, we have it all pre-written, right? So if you want to do a PDF guide and you want to do a guide on any of the 40 PDF guides, whatever the topic is about HOAs, this looks like buyer guide. Sorry, that doesn't look like the right one. We can see it. We won't waste much time, but whatever it is, these keywords and advanced options are related to that. So you type in your area. You don't even need to look at the keywords. I was just showing you this, right? I think everybody's got to think about Google. In the past, meaning 2 weeks ago, I would tell you like Google is great for listing agents. Right? There are some people that are totally fine dealing with buyer's agents. And you might be totally fine dealing with buyer's agents. I just don't know how that market's going to be working out in the future. And so if you want to get into having listings, you need to develop a Google strategy. You might be able to do it all through Facebook. You certainly can. But the number one website where 86% of all searches occur on Google. Okay. So I've got a Orinda home value and I've got an Orinda, and you can't do custom audiences in Google, right? It's just they don't have that functionality. But just so we know, I'm going to click here and I want to talk a little bit about pricing because I gave you the pricing for Facebook. And I said the highest price for a lead is from a home valuation page just like this. And those leads cost around $15 each. On Google, it's the number one website in the country. So guess what? Those leads cost more. So we put a $50 a day budget, 7-day ad. That means you have $350 per week. Now, here's the thing. I don't know the cost per lead around the country for this kind of ad. I know it for a handful of cities. For instance, Dallas, Texas. This lead will cost you $30 each. Now, the price of a home in Dallas is pretty expensive. So listing agents know they're going to invest X amount of dollars to get that listing and get that commission, right? So $30 doesn't raise a hair's. That's just the price of doing business. In Florida, it's in the low 20s. In Pennsylvania, Western Pennsylvania, it's $22 each. In Utah, it's $17 each. Okay. So if I run an ad for $50 and it's $15, I'll get 3 leads, $45, right? But if I run an ad and it's $30, I'm only getting 1 lead a day. And it's funny because people come back and go, oh, I only got 1 or 2 leads. They left that budget and that's just the price of leads. If you're in Vancouver, Canada, there's a lot of competition there, a lot of cash buyers, and the competition there has driven the cost of those leads to $200 US. Okay. I don't know where you guys are sitting, but there you are. Google can't verify my business operation. It's the weirdest thing. Yeah. Okay. They denied me 3 times. Not sure why. That's weird. I don't know how to help you on that one, Heather. But you do want a Google account, which is, I think, why Heather is bringing this up to me. You need a Google. But let me show you what I think makes it really easy in case you guys don't know this. I'm going to type in. You have a kind of what do they call this? Do you guys know what this is? You see this restaurant here, Lita? Realtors have this page too. It's like a business page, right? If you have this business page, because I know there's always vendors selling stuff to realtors. And I see a lot of agents have paid people to create that page. They don't know what to do with it. There's usually a credit card associated to that page for you, the business, to run ads. So what you're doing is you're connecting to that. And that's part of the process. When you go to our ads page, you connect Google, you can run the ad on Google and it'll charge your card on Google. Okay. We are not taking the money here. Same is true for Facebook. We're just doing a pass through. We've connected. We have their software. It's charging your card on those accounts. Okay. So I don't recommend Google, and it's where you've got to reshape the way I'm going to say this. I don't typically recommend Google for buyers. And that's what an IDX ad is about. Drive people to your property search page. I think if you want buyer leads, run ads on listings on Facebook. They're very cheap because you're going to pay a lot of money on Google. So you can, if you're like a bigger team and you want to do that, or you own an office, you probably want to do that. You want to be competing against realtor.com and Zillow. But if you're an agent, I recommend running landing page ads and PDF guide ads. You can do a custom ad, but I'll tell you this, I don't recommend any agent doing custom ads unless you really know what is going on, because all that automated stuff I showed you is not there. And you need to now know, what are you going to put there? And I don't think you want to know that. So I don't recommend custom ads on either Facebook or Google. I recommend that you use our tools and the preset to just do it in 2 clicks. Now, so if you have questions about that, go ahead and throw them in. I'm going to now point us to the number 1 tool for capturing high quality listing leads. Okay. Has nothing to do with Facebook or with Google. All right. It is a piece of paper. You want to use this piece of paper when you have a home that's just listed, and you want to use the same piece of paper or the updated version when the home is sold. It's called the nearby homeowner letter. It's under market listing. Every listing has this. If you're borrowing a listing from somebody because you don't have your own listings, you're like, hey, can I go out and get some buyer leads with this? This tool is going to be sitting in your toolkit also. And let me show you how easy it is. Click print and mail to get it out into the market. Now, we have a partnership with Express Copy. And at the time, it was the only company who would take this piece of paper, which is a standard 8.5 by 11, and they will fold it and they will put it in an envelope and they'll mail it for you. So you can customize it if you want, but it pretty much works just like this. Is, hey, we just listed a home. Go check it out on that web address. That's going to affect your home value. Go get your free home value, right? So this is a very good letter for the neighborhood that you're selling a listing in. If you want more listings in that neighborhood, click this button here that says get mailing list from Express Copy. Decide if you want a 2 or 1 mile radius, and it's only going to go to homeowners with more than 6 years equity. 100 pieces of mail will go out. All you got to do is click that green button. They'll charge you $185. Okay. That's our number 1 tool. It's not Google. It's not Facebook. It's the nearby homeowner letter. We're looking at it right here. Okay. And we also create a door hanger, right? And a postcard. And a lot of our clients will use this when it's just sold. It's now that time. You need to do just sold postcards if you sell a home, because we have clients saying every time they mail 100 of these, and yeah, Express Copy will do it for you and they'll mail it to people with equity for you. They get 1 listing. You mail 1 of these and you get 1 listing. Now, that's not everybody, but certainly we've had that message come in. And the difference is you're going to get the mailing list, so it's going to send the mailing list. The back is where the money is, right? The front says, hey, we just listed this or we just sold it, right? The back says that affects your home value. Go here and get your free home value. That is the benefit, right, for you, because you're from a bunch of awesome brokerages, right? And they've got their branding down. They got their colors and their logo, and all your print has all that and your picture and your phone number, but you might have realized that people aren't calling you all day, right? Ours has your branding as well, but it also has call to actions. And that's why our clients get a ROI on print, because there's a URL on the front and the back, and both of those pages capture leads. Okay. So if you're going to be printing anything in real estate, I hope you're using our designs. Okay. So that's just sold postcards, and that's a nearby homeowner letter. Also, let's go look at a property that's sold. So our clients will use this when a property is just listed, those 2 tools, and when it's sold. Okay. So when it's sold, let's look at the seller social media posts. And now this is way more relevant. I've been talking about this for 10 years. This is our number one most ignored tool, right? It's ignored. We email it to all of you and you just flat out ignore it. The reason we've been creating it though is because our clients who do use it, they're like, oh my God, I'm getting leads for free and I'm getting listing leads for free. How is that even happening? Like Alicia Plus, we started the call. We started the call with Alicia Plus. I don't know if you remember this, right? Alicia in our mastermind group came in a few years back and she's like, how am I getting listing leads? I don't have any mailers out. I'm not running ads. How am I getting listing leads? And it's because she was using this exact tool I'm showing you now. So it says, hey, our home is sold and we want to recommend you at your office for doing a great job. Here's your phone number and email address in front of all my friends and family and colleagues on Facebook. This is not a paid ad. This is a post. So email it to you. We give you instructions, forward it to your client and ask them to put it on their wall. Because your clients, where do you think you're going to be getting referrals from? You're going to be getting referrals from your current clients, friends and family and colleagues. And where do you think they're showing so much information? Right here on Facebook. And the funny thing for Alicia, she was like, hey, I haven't, that was months ago that I posted that, right? Because this doesn't disappear like a paid ad that disappears in 7 days. It just sits there on your client's wall. And one day when their relative logs in, they're like, oh, cool. Whoa, so-and-so sold their home. Let me click on it. And when I click on it, it's going to show me the home and they can kind of look around and it's going to say, don't worry, your branding is going to be here. I don't know what Scott's doing here. Maybe St. Patty's. But the offer for a free home value comes up right here on this page. Okay. You want to start using these tools to get more listings. Those tools for client social media are very helpful. So now that we're over, let's go back to the mastermind group. And what we got 8 minutes here. So if you guys have questions, please let me know, just whether it's about this or anything else. Let's see if I can pull up Alicia where she said that. Now, I was mentioning, normally I used to talk about Alicia Plus a lot because Alicia used the nearby homeowner letter for years. And you see these colored envelopes? She used to take my classes years ago. And she knew that you have to use custom envelopes. Don't let it look like junk mail. So Alicia was always coming in and saying, hey guys, and she goes, I can't say right here how much a nearby homeowner letter. That's in 2020. I mailed out a subdivision. I got homeowners calling me listing appointment, right? Alicia is all over our page telling our clients how this is working for her, right? But she's taking a break. She just came back last week and she's forgotten half the stuff. Here she is in 2019 saying, hey, this is what I'm doing. But there's somewhere in here where she's, am I going crazy? I'm getting listing leads and I don't know how. And it's in here. You can probably find it. Anyway, I actually don't want to talk about Alicia Plus. I want to talk about some things that are more modern, and that would be Pat Motley. Pat has also been a client for nearly 10 years, but unlike Alicia, she just stays here. And she continually puts stuff in our mastermind group too. And you can go check her out. And this is the nearby homeowner letter. And what she's telling us is, I sold my home and it's time to mail out 100 pieces. And I already sent out 100 for just listed and I got 4 people calling me. So she took this, it was just listed. She mailed it to people with equity and got 4 people calling her asking. They could just type that web address right there, but no, who wants to do that? They just pick up the phone and call her. Then she does something that I've never seen anybody do. She prints on the back of the paper so that it looks like an envelope, and she trifolds it. Actually, she says she has some friends helping, and they handwrite these things. Okay. Why in the world would that lady do that when I showed you that Express Copy will do it for you automatically for $185, right? Now it's $185 for 100 pieces. She has sent out 200 pieces, 100 just listed and 100 just sold. But if you look in the comments, I asked her, like, how did this go? Like, how did that work out? and she got another 4 listings. So this took place between September and December of last year, 2023. And she has 8 people who want to sell their home. You got to ask yourself, what are you doing to get 8 listing leads from 200 pieces of mail? What is it where you're getting 8 listing leads, where you're getting 2, right? This is our number one tool. That's not the only one to do. But I will say this, get in the mastermind group. If you like that little thing there, that printer, she was so kind that she says, hey, here's the software publisher. Here's the file. It's the template to make that. Okay. You can change your own address and change the street, but she's gifting that to everybody here, right? Like on September 19th, 2023. That is a very effective way, right? It's funny because Alicia Pless, who I showed you earlier, was doing the bright, colorful envelopes. Pat just one-upped it, said, no, I think this is more effective than those, right? You can tell that it's super related to the area because it's got the name of the street on it. It's handwritten. It's not junk mail, right? So that's the Nearby Homeowner letter. Let me show you Chris Winstead. Again, Chris came in that first 2020 is the first summer of COVID, US. And that was a rocky period for real estate. It wasn't the easiest because it was freaky. This guy, Chris, moves from whatever state he came from to San Antonio, Texas to be by his wife's family when they wanted to be by the family, right? So he buys a home in a nice neighborhood and he wants to be the man in that neighborhood. He wants to own it. So what's he do? He joins an office, joins a team, and he borrows listings from the office and he keeps mailing them into his neighborhood. And what he tells us, this is really, again, it's just a gift that you got to pay attention to. He says, in the message, he says, I have 5 listings in 3 months. And we're like, how'd you do that? And he says, I send out letters every other week to neighbors who've owned their homes for 5 years or more. He bought the list from Remine. Okay. Once they opt in on the neighborhood property valuation page, I hit them up every week with phone calls, letters via mail, and letters left at the door. The letters left at the door are the PDF guides that are inside of our system. He just puts his paperclip on it with his business card, puts in an envelope, and just door knocks it and leaves it. Because he's not getting 50 or 100 leads. He's getting, for every 100, he's probably getting 4 or 5 leads. So that's worth working on. Chris tells us that's 5 listings in 3 months. If you follow along, you'll realize that within a year, he becomes a top listing agent. And in the following year, starts his own office. And the very first thing he does is he says, hey, come join me. I'm going to show you how I customize listings to leads tools to get more listings. I think it's time where you guys go find his channel because if you want more listings, this guy is just telling you how to do it. I'm telling you what we know. Chris is maybe smarter than I am. Which way, let's see. So yeah, if you got questions, which way on homeowner gets the best results, do you think? Express? Oh, I got it. It's obvious to me. It's handwritten. Handwritten, I'm going to open that letter, right? For Google, the budget is $50 a day. From your experience, does it use it all? Mita, where are you? Where are you in the country? And let me answer this question while you're letting us know. The cost per seller lead is different. Same exact ad. It's different in every city you're in. Yeah, so you're in the San Francisco Bay Area. It could be $30. I don't know. That's why you got to test it out and run these ads and find out for yourself. We put it at 50 because we feel like it can't be higher than 50. So you should get 1 lead. That being said, it's $200 a lead in Vancouver, British Columbia. I don't know what the cost is going to be for you, Mita, in the San Francisco Bay Area. When you find out, let me know. Email me. I'm in the Bay Area. I certainly would like to know. I gave you some numbers for around the country, but I don't know people who are doing it here. Shalina, how do you get in the mastermind group? Go into your account, go to support right down here. It's above your picture and ask them to get you in the mastermind group. Okay. Any other questions? We hit the noon time. I'm sure everybody has business to get back to. I appreciate you hanging out with me. This call has been recorded and it's going to be on our YouTube channel, which I sent you all earlier today. You are welcome, Gina. I hope this helps you. I recommend that you go look at our YouTube channel and that you look at a few calls called Top Tools for More Listings, because I don't say the exact same thing. Today, we started the call really answering questions that were in the mastermind group, right? So you will see right on the top, it'll say Top Tools for More Listings. Right here, I really focus on PDF guides, right? Scott also does some other things that are more like, here's one on new construction, and here's more specific to the point kinds of calls, where mine are usually a little bit broader. Here's something on FSBO, right? You're probably still going to want to work with FSBOs if you want more listings because they convert. This call will show you how to do that. So everybody, again, thanks so much. This call will be in the mastermind group and on our YouTube channel. So let us know how we can help. Take care, everyone.